in my last Controversy Friday video, I asked, because we kind of went into the topic of, you know, those TikTokers always having new holy grails every day. And I just asked if you were interested to see my holy grails. And you said yes, so here we are. And before we get into the video, I just want to show you the lip of today. Yes, I'm still in my black lip era. I just love it. And I'm wearing MAC Night Moth lip liner, topped it off with the MAC Maximal Caviar lipstick, and that I topped off with the Half Magic Beauty lip gloss in the shade Problem Child. How awesome is this lip? I can't describe it to you. Let's first define what exactly I understand as a holy grail. To me, a holy grail item is a makeup item that I, with blind eyes, can apply, know that I love, and is always doing the best service. A holy grail does not have to be the favorite. I don't know if that makes sense, but for example, my Holy Grail foundation is not my favorite foundation. It is the foundation that is just the true workhorse. It is the one that, if I had to do my makeup in 5 minutes, I know that this will not let me down. Because of this description from my understanding of a Holy Grail, I do not have a mascara. I do not have an eyeshadow palette here in this list. But surprisingly, I found for nearly every other makeup category holy grails. And for bronzer, blush and highlight, I even were able to divide it into holy grail in the cream and liquid area and in the powder area. So I hope you like that. Since I am now on Shop My, I also created a shelf for the holy grails. So if you want to shop any of these, you will find a link in the description box. If you use one of the links that I provide there, this is a commission link or an affiliate link. That means you buy through that link and I get commission. This has nothing to do, by the way, with the sponsorships, just saying. So let's start with face primer. My holy grail primer I don't have at the moment. I just very recently emptied mine. I'm talking about the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is what it is. It is a face base. It does not add glow. It doesn't mattify. It's not pore filling. It's not, okay, pore emphasizing it should not be at all, but it just does nothing to your skin except providing a clear base, a clear canvas. And for this one, I even found the sister. You know, Bobbi Brown is owned by Estee Lauder, MAC Cosmetics is owned by Estee Lauder, and guess what? The MAC Skin Base Visage, or just Skin Base, the original Prep and Prime Skin Base, is basically the same thing, but this is a bit smoother. You know, the face base is just the true it's kind of stiff moisturizer feeling. I don't know how else to describe this. This is also moisturizer feeling, but it's a bit lighter. It's like the lighter sister. But to me, actually, both do the exact same. I went through 3 or 4 of these at this point because it's so good. I keep on repurchasing it, although I have other primers. This is just the standard of the standard, the no-brainer, the holy grail, together actually with the Bobbi Brown face base. For foundation, I don't know if you are aware of this, but my holy grail foundation, the one that I can always come back to, the one that will never break my heart, the one that when I have period cramps will give me fried chicken, is the Studio Fix from MAC. And you might wonder, yes, this is the new Studio Fix version that now has a pump that looks exactly like the Studio Fix Radiance version. So basically you have now Studio Fix, the matte original, and Studio Radiance. I'm honest with you, they're both the fucking same. This is matte, this is dewy. but not dewy in a way that it looks wet. It's radiant. I love them both, but I'm honest with you, the true holy grail is the original Studio Fix. Can you bring me some fried chicken? Because I do have my period right now. For concealer, it took me a while to think about it. And then I went through the concealer. I have them all here in a little drawer and I looked at them. I even swatched them. And I have to admit, there is only one concealer that I give a holy grail status in the description that I just told you. And it's actually the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer that launched last year. Before that, I didn't have a concealer that ticked these boxes of being a no-brainer, of giving me fried chicken when I have period cramps, of being just the comfort product that makes me confident but also secure whenever I use this. I love it so much that I have two shades. This is the shade N1 and you can see this is a slight bit darker and this is the shade RN1. This is a slight bit lighter. It kind of depends on what foundation I'm using, which one is matching more. This is to me just a fucking good concealer. It's not my favorite, again, but it's the no-brainer. Application is easy, blending is easy, the way it holds all day is easy, the way it works with other powders is easy. We love you. My holy grail face powder is actually a powder that is not available anymore, sadly. It is the Milk Makeup Blur and Set. This is the best powder that was ever done. I have one last backup of this and after that it's gone. And this is nearly empty. I don't think that I will have this longer than 3 or 4 months at this point, because whenever I test new foundations, for example, I will use only this powder to test the foundation with every single primer, because I just know that this powder works all the fucking time. But I also have a holy grail pressed powder, and I just very recently added this powder back to my collection because I'm honest with you, I was missing it. I emptied one and I'm missing it. Okay, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that sometimes when I do my makeup or when I've done my makeup before I had it back in the collection, I sit here and I was like, I wish I could set my makeup with the Sisley powder. This is the Sisley Phyto Powder Compact. The first time that I used this, I bought the shade Natural, which is the shade 2, and this time I went with shade 1, Rosy. The rose undertone is not as bad as I thought, and I haven't used it yet because actually this came just, I don't know, like yesterday. The day before I filmed this video, this just came in, so I haven't used it yet, but when you see the video, I will have used it, and it's freaking expensive. I'm not gonna lie, this is an 80 euro powder and it comes with 12 grams, which is, for a pressed powder, quite a lot of makeup. I think 12 grams is just a good amount, and it took me a while of dedicated use to use the first one up. I'm happy to have it back, and it's just, it is like the pressed version of the Milk Makeup one. It's beautiful, it does everything I want, and it never lets me down. For the under eye area, there is only one winner, and I know some people will be quite sad. I'm honest with you, it was a close tie. We had the Huda Beauty Bake and Set powder, are they called Bake and Set? Easy Bake Loose Baking Powder, or the Pat McGrath powder. But I decided to go with Huda Beauty because I don't know why. It just feels right to mention these. Whenever I use them, my under eye area looks like, you know, in Affinity Photo or in Photoshop, when you use these, you have this smoothing brush, and when you brush over, it just looks whoosh. That's what's happening with these. I don't bake with these. I want to stress that out. I don't bake with these. I apply them like any other loose powder, and it just looks amazing. I once tested a certain foundation. I don't even know what foundation it was, but it was a really bad one. It wore off after like, I don't know, 5 hours or so. But on that day, I used a concealer and set it down with these powders, or one of these. I have Sugar Cookie and Cherry Blossom. And I remember how ridiculous I looked because all the foundation has rubbed off, but I had like this area here that looked perfect. Like just applied and everything just like clearly broke off underneath. And I set the concealer with this. This will bring you through the apocalypse. Do I think this is my favorite one? No, it isn't. But it's my holy grail. It's the one I always come back to, and whenever I don't know what to use and I need a no-brainer, quick, dab, dab, it's this. For cream bronzer, my first thought was actually to go with the Westman Atelier Biscuit, the contour, face trace contour stick. But then I was like, no, actually not. The one makeup item that was actually introduced only last year to my collection, and I'm very confident to call this a holy grail, is the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. I have the shades light, medium, and light. I love them. I don't know what magic potion is in them, but they're the no-brainers. With the face trace contour stick, there is a bit of, you have to be a bit like, don't go overboard because it's a very pigmented stick. It blends out nice, but let me just tell you that there is somewhat of a magic potion in here that you can probably use a stick from outside, swirl it, and then draw it on your face. It will be blended immediately. They are very good. They are so sheer, you can manipulate the way how they look on your face the best. I chose two shades because light, medium, was it light or light medium? I don't know. One of them is slightly more cool toned while the other one isn't. I think light medium is a bit more cool toned while light is a bit more warm, and in the stick version it's the other way around. For powder contour slash bronzer, I'm honest with you, I don't have a holy grail bronzer. I'm not a bronzy girl. I use bronzer instead of a contour sometimes, or like a lot of times when it just matches the look. But if I want to use a no-brainer, a one that I can apply blind, it's a cult classic. It's a cult favorite, and this brand came even out with contour books. And let me tell you that I had contour book 3 from that brand and I panned it. I even remember that I did an Instagram post about that contour book way before I started YouTube, and I was about to declutter it. But then after I posted that, I brought it back because I just, it's like, you know what, I can't declutter that because it's so beautiful, and then I panned it. And out of that contour book, I bought the sculpting powder from Kevyn Aucoin in light. This is the no-brainer. This is the one. This is it. This is the hero that you are looking for that comes on a white horse to save you. And for blushes, for cream blushes, you might think, oh, probably it's Rare Beauty for you because you love them so much. Or maybe Say because you love them so much. Or maybe your holy grails are the Made by Mitchell ones. No. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Blush Wand. These are the no-brainers in the makeup blush world. These are the ones that you can dot on. You can, even if you have, if you don't have brushes, if you don't like brushes, if you're allergic to brushes, you can dot one here and then do this motion. Take 2 or 3 fingers and then dab, and it blends out by itself. I have the shades Pink Pop, Pillow Talk, and Dream Pop. All of them are beautiful. Although I have to say that Dream Pop, of course, it is a watermelon red. It's a bit harder to blend out, but these, they will always look awesome. And they're called matte blush wands, but they just don't have a metallic sheen to them. They still look satin natural. And when it comes to powder blush, it is still the RMS one. They are just, there is something in there that makes me re-fall in love with them every time I use them. I think French Rose is my most used one. This looks the most butchered, and I just love it so much. It's the perfect light pink that goes with everything. Then we have Bohemian Girl. This is newer, and I love this. I have a hate for NARS Orgasm Blush because it is pink and peach and shifts gold. This is the same but better. If you never got along with NARS Orgasm but you kind of like the way it looks, try RMS Bohemian Girl. It is so much better. And the last one that I have is Pomegranate Fizz. How can you not love these? They look glowy. I'm not gonna lie, these are definitely glowy blushes. They do not look like highlighting glowy, but definitely not matte like maybe a Gucci blush is doing. But the formulation is super nice. They apply very easy. I mean, you can't apply them with your hand. You probably can, but any brush will do. Just take a softer brush, swirl them, apply it, you're good to go. I actually don't have a Holy Grail liquid or cream highlight. I was thinking to take the Super Shocks, but I don't think they have a Holy Grail status. They have a favorite status, but not Holy Grail. But I do have a hybrid, and I'm talking about the Fenty. How many carats? I cannot tell you in words how much I love this. This is my first one that I got 2021 in the Sephora Advent Calendar. I fell in love so hard and so quick with this that I have a big backup just in the case they decide to discontinue this. And do you know why this is a Holy Grail no-brainer for me? Because it's transparent. This does not have a weird shift. This does not have a golden or silver or pink or whatever undertone. It is a bit glittery, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't like glittery highlights, you will not like this. But maybe you can tell here in the lighting. I'm wearing it actually today because I just needed to use it. This looks exactly, and I know that I've said this description a ton already, but this looks like freshly frozen snow on a sunny winter day. If you don't know what I mean, it's this, when the sun is shining, it's crisp cold, and it's hitting the snow and all that. It looks like 1,000 diamonds on top of the snow. This is exactly what this looks like, and wow, again, I'm on my period right now, I'm a bit emotional. Actually, this description made me now tear up because it is so beautiful. I have a ton of dupes of this. I have a ton of highlighters that mimic this, but none of them is as good as this is. The one that comes the closest to this is the Chanel, the Mega Highlight in Pearly White from the Winter Collection 2023, but this will forever be the superior Holy Grail sun hits snow on a -20 day Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. Out of all the primers that I own, out of all the eye primers that I've tested, the Urban Decay Primer Potion will forever be the Holy Grail. It will be forever the best, and I do have 2 backups here in my drawer that I haven't opened yet because I have so many others that I want to use up first, but it is so good that when I heard that Urban Decay is not selling in Germany anymore, or is really hard to get in Germany, let's say it like that, I bought 2 backups of this. I even bought 2 of the face mists, but it's not the setting sprays. It's not the Holy Grail. Holy Grail is another one. When it comes to Holy Grail lip stuff, I really thought about what is a lip liner that I can use blind. And the decision was easy. Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude is the one. That is the lip liner that I can probably apply even with packed out eyes. And I just want to mention, I very recently tried the new Lisa Eldridge, what are they called? The Sculpt and Shape pencils. And I fell in love with the shade 0N, and I just realized how similar they are. That's why I love that so much. 0N is a bit more brown. Iconic Nude has a bit more warm pink to it, but at the end on the lips, with your natural lip color shining through, they look very, very similar. But since I have this only a couple days and I used it only 3 times or so, the award for Holy Grail, of course, goes to Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. If you don't have this, do it. It was actually a real pain to get because I had to be on like 3 or 4 waiting lists until I finally got the mail, oh, this is back in stock. And then I bought it and like 10 minutes later it was sold out again. For lipstick, and I know the lipstick does not match a liner, but it doesn't have to. It just has to be something that I apply even without a mirror. It's Clinique Black Honey. This is the Almost lipstick and it looks very dark and you might be like, you can't apply this without a mirror. I can. Look at how sheer this is. And if I keep on building, I build up the color, but I can, without a mirror, just swipe it on and be good to go. It feels like a lip balm. This is the OG lipstick balm, you know, the one that every single brand is doing now. Makeup by Mario, the MAC Squirt balms that are shit, by the way, and every other brand that has a balm like this, but Clinique has the OG one. And they also have a Almost Pink. No, Pink Honey. Almost lipstick in Pink Honey. I want to try the pink one too, but Black Honey, Holy Grail. Next up we have lip gloss, and that was hard because I thought, well, maybe it's the Givenchy one. No, actually not. I just try to imagine myself being in a situation where I'm not able to look. I just have to, I don't know, somebody's pointing a gun at my head and they're like, you have to apply a lip gloss now or otherwise I will shot you. Something like that. Very dramatic, I know. But when I think of this scenario, actually, the Holy Grail lip gloss, and I hate that I'm saying this because they're so overpriced for what they are, the Dior lip oils. This is the shade Pink. This is the one that's in my focus box now. By the way, look at how much progress I made. It's amazing. They're so good. They are so freaking amazing. And last but not least, we have Holy Grail setting spray. I don't have it on hand right now. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I lost count of how many of these I used up. But if I had to guess, maybe 3 or 4 big bottles and at least 6 of the small ones that come out for holiday sets. This is the best setting spray. It's not my favorite at the moment, I'm honest with you, but it's the best for every day. It's the best when you just want to make sure that it looks good. I have to admit though that the LH Cosmetics setting spray, I think it's the Stay On Set or something like that, is kind of in a runner-up position. Very, very close to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have to do more in-depth comparison. I have to use up another one of the LH Cosmetics ones to be very sure, but the Charlotte Tilbury is so good. I tell you, it's better than All Nighter in my opinion from Urban Decay. I do have 2 All Nighters in a backup. Again, I bought some Urban Decay on the bulk when I heard that they kind of go back out of the European market. But the Charlotte Tilbury one is just superior to them all. And that's it, you guys. These are the Holy Grails. Again, these do not have to be my favorites. These are just the products that give me comfort and confidence and just work all the freaking time, no matter what day it is, no matter what season it is, no matter what I'm wearing. So now I'm curious, of course, what are your Holy Grails? Let me please know down below. Don't forget, if you want to shop some of these, I have links down below that are affiliated. And please, much more important than affiliate links is subscribe to my channel. I hope you stay here. I do fun videos. I do interact a lot with you. I love your feedback, your comments, everything. And yeah, make sure you subscribe so I can see you in the next one.